Hello my friends and welcome. Let's go for the latest update from Ukraine. I want to tell you about the Sevastopol attack that happened this morning. Not exactly on the city, but the Russian base nearby. So here we can see the Belbek airfield, which Russia uses as the base for their fighter jets. And they have the reserve base in this area near to Verkhnosadova. Somewhere in the mountains. I wasn't able to find it on the Google Maps, but definitely there is the Russian base. It was constructed for communication and command of the forces in Crimea, just in case something happens to the main Russian base, Belbek. Later on, I'll show you the video of the eyewitnesses. Ukraine again used the cruise missiles to target that military facility. But apparently, just right now, when I start to record this video, we have one more confirmation about the Kabooms in Sevastopol, Yevpatoria, Saki, the western side of Crimean Peninsula. So Sevastopol is over here and Yevpatoria is a little bit to the north. Here, this airfield, by the way, was attacked before Russia lost few of the airplanes. It happened last year. Immediately after that attack, Russia evacuated temporarily some of the airplanes from this base, but later on decided to send them back to Saki Novofedorivka airfield. And now we have the confirmation from locals that they heard the explosions happening in that particular airfield once again. Why is it possible for Ukraine to target the Russian military infrastructure? Because before, Ukraine eliminated the S-400 air defense systems in Yevpatoria near to Sevastopol and somewhere between. Russia also lost their very unique radars, so they are unable to spot the cruise missiles that are coming to their military bases. So this image comes from the place that I showed to you near to Belbek, the reserve Russian command center. According to the Ukrainian officials, the Russian military base over there was completely kaboomed with the help of the cruise missiles by the time that there were offices in that facility. They also added that the expensive military systems were located at this base and were damaged. Now I'm waiting for some of the images from the latest attack that is happening just right now. Probably the images will appear during the morning time. It was not just Crimea for Russia today. Also, the oil depot in Sochi was attacked by the drone. But before we speak about it, let me announce the sponsor and also the partner of my channel, the Atlas VPN, and they have the awesome deal that they made especially for my followers, where you may get the Atlas VPN Premium for just $170 per month, plus you'll have 6 months for free. This is the best offer from all of the premium VPNs. I constantly use the Atlas VPN on all of my devices. And let me tell you why. 5 years ago, I lost my Pilot Blog YouTube channel and I have to restart it. Basically, my device was hacked. If I would have used Atlas VPN, it won't be happening. So I tried many VPNs since that time, but for Atlas VPN, I trust the most. Also, Atlas VPN grants me the full access to any kind of series on the Netflix streaming platform. So I don't care about the government restrictions any longer. And sometimes I check the enemy side social media, and for that I also use the Atlas VPN. You can basically change your virtual location to any point in the world. And Atlas VPN is so fast that you'll never feel the difference whether it's on or off. But I do recommend it to keep it on all the time. So now my friends, please check out my personal link in the video description just below or scan the QR code available on the screen where you can get the Atlas VPN Premium with a huge discount that was made especially for my followers. So you may get the Atlas VPN Premium for $170 per month, plus you'll have 6 months for free. This is the best VPN available on the market. So what are you waiting for? Hurry up to join the club. Okay, so what happened in Sochi? This is the storage of the aviation fuel, the jet fuel that is used for the commercial airplanes as well as for the Russian military aviation. So early morning 0516, the small drone hits the reservoir full of the jet fuel and then it starts. One of the reservoirs was totally lost and it was burning for many hours. The reservoirs nearby were damaged. The Sochi airfield is located quite far away from Ukrainian territory. I would say that it's less Sochi, but the Adler airfield over here. It's quite difficult. I've flown there just once around 10 years ago. Difficult because there are mountains nearby, so we have one approach direction. And apparently those are those tanks that are used to store the jet fuel. How did the drone manage to cover that long distance to target the Russian infrastructure? I'm out of clue. Probably it was launched from the Russian territory, somewhere nearby. And we have already reports about many of the kabooms that are happening in Crimea, even with video evidence. I'll publish the full evidence on my Telegram channel. The Kaboom day isn't over for the Russian Federation. They also lost the Sukhoi Su-34 fighter bomber airplane. It happened not in Ukraine but on the territory of the Russian Federation during the normal training flight. So something went wrong with this airplane. Crew ejected and the airplane landed on the field. As you can see, it is no-go, maybe just for 7 years. One more photo of the Russian jet. Yes, there was the fire, but the wing construction, the fuselage and the fins are still in one piece. I would like to have this installation on my backyard. The bottom part of the airplane is completely gone, however. By the way, this particular airplane crashed in Voronezh Oblast, which is bordering Ukraine. It means that this airplane probably was used by Russia to target our territory. Russia says that it was the accident, but I also think that this airplane could have been shot down by the long-range air defense that Ukraine has. Alright, I have to update you with some breaking news. 10 of the explosions were reported in Saki Novofedorovka airport. This is one of the major Russian military bases in Crimea for the fighter jets. Before, the S-400 system was targeted nearby and also over here in Tarhankut. Alright, now 20 of the explosions were reported in Crimea. That's quite a lot. It's probably the biggest Ukrainian attack on Crimea since the beginning of the war. So I'm waiting for more images or some sort of the evidence of what was targeted over there. Alright, about the war in Karabakh, it seems like it is over just in one day. Armenia didn't want to use their forces, so Karabakh forces just refused to fight and surrender. Karabakh now belongs to Azerbaijan. Well, there was the military action from Azerbaijan. I expected it to last around 2 weeks, so it was a surprise for me that the Karabakh forces decided to surrender that fast. The good thing that the war is over so fast, but many refugees left Karabakh for Armenia because they're originally Armenians and they afraid to stay under Azerbaijani control. Plus, there are still some of the clashes inside Armenia against Prime Minister Pashinyan and the ruling party. Unfortunately, even just for the single day of war, there were casualties, and also Russia lost one of their vehicles, Uazik. It is like off-road truck that was shot through by Azerbaijani forces because they thought that those are not the Russian peacekeepers but the Karabakh resistance. Yet we are out of the information about the number of the casualties, but there were, and Russia confirms that. So Azerbaijan right now is within the recognized international borders. Just for you to understand, this territory of Nagorno-Karabakh, Azerbaijan took now under control and the local army surrendered. The dark blue is Armenia and this color is Azerbaijan. This some sort of the brown color Azerbaijan was able to gain during the war in 2020. and this purple one they gained in just a single day, and after a while the local forces surrendered. Those dashed yellow territories were transferred to Azerbaijan because of the peace agreement in 2020, and now all of that territory belongs to Azerbaijan, and officially it's recognized, internationally recognized Azerbaijani borders. The Russian peacekeepers still remain in Lachin corridor, which connects Karabakh and Armenian territory. In the future, I also expect that Azerbaijan may try to get this territory under control, because Armenia used this way to get Karabakh under control just after the Soviet Union collapse. From the political perspective, I think Putin knew that Azerbaijan would strike again using all of the forces. It was negotiated between Erdogan and Putin during their meeting in Sochi. As for Armenia, I think now they understand that all of the military alliances with Russia are just useless. They should give up this ODKB organization, because Russia is just useless in solving their problems. I do expect that the current Armenian government might be changed for a more pro-Western one. Once again, about Azerbaijan and their ally Turkey, I think they just used the proper moment to get their territories back. That's it. But again, with military actions, they caused some of the casualties. Don Kadyrov is really in the hospital, but he is not over here. He is over here. He attended the hospital to attend his relative over there. As it was reported, the relative is really in a bad state. No one says what sickness he has. But definitely we may confirm that Kadyrov is alive. He sits, he speaks. Yes, he looks like he was bitten by bees as usual, but after all we have the confirmation, and the date was said today, the 20th of September, on that particular video. It means that Kadyrov really was filming it today. Okay, all of the military organizations in the United States of America had approved the supplyment of the ATACMS missiles to Ukrainian army. The only thing we are waiting for is the Joe Biden's order to supply those missiles. But in the new military package that the United States of America will announce tomorrow, it's the big one, and from what I know, there will be no ATACMS for this time. But after all, I am sure that the decision to supply ATACMS will be taken very soon. President Zelensky already told that they're on the final for the agreement to supply those long-range missiles to Ukraine. The Russian government airfield, which is located in the Moscow Oblast, was sabotaged by something, so someone went on a territory and damaged the Russian Ilyushin-20 and Antonov 148 aircraft, plus one of the helicopters. The small explosive devices as grenades were used to disable the airplanes. Now they will not fly for a very long time after the repair jobs will be completely finished. We do not have the detailed pictures of the damaged airplanes. It is understandable because it's the classified area of the airfield, but we have official information about this case, partially confirmed by the Russian side. Antonov 148 is not a big deal, but Ilyushin-20 is used as the surveillance airplane for communication. It's very old and Russia is not able to produce them any longer, so how they're going to repair it, I'm out of clue. Okay, this is the old photo. There was no meeting between a Ukrainian president and the Polish one. Unfortunately, because the tensions are escalating between the allied countries, it is very terrible. I think Ukraine should step behind and stop escalating. I already told my opinion in my previous videos. I think that Poland has the right not to let the Ukrainian grains on its territory because it absolutely kills their economy. And Poland helps us a lot. Really a true friend of Ukraine. To my Polish viewers and subscribers, my friends, thank you so much for supporting Ukrainian people. You are awesome. Don't put attention on the tensions, it's all about the government. But we as people, we understand that we are the true friends. Interesting information is coming from France. There are some negotiations for transferring of the Mirage 2000 fighter jets to Ukrainian army. The data is coming from the intelligence online resource. They say that the deal will be signed soon. Well, those are really fantastic machines. Meanwhile, the Russian Defense Minister Shoigu visits Iran. He wants more rockets for the Russian army. I think if Iran sent those, we need ATACMS urgently. As for the military map, today there were no updates released from the main military map resources. However, it doesn't mean that the fighting stopped. No, according to the videos from the drone images, the fighting continues very hard. And just for laugh, someone stole the Merkava tank from the training facility in Israel. Police was able to find the tank on the local scrapyard. Definitely someone just needed some funds, so they hijacked the tank and decided to scrap it for some cash. And now, my friends, don't forget to press the like to this video, and also don't forget to check my personal link in the video description just below, where you may find the Atlas VPN Premium with astonishing discount specially made for my followers. My friends, I wish you all a peaceful sky wherever you are, and have a great time.